Good morning, good morning. You are listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am your host, the host, Regina Eileen Woodard, Regina, a.k.a. the Queen of Car Loans. Good morning, Dr. T.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday.
Did you notice I had my eyes closed when I was singing that? Because I was trying to be in tune. Did you see that?
I thought you was practicing, though.
I was practicing.
I thought you just came off tour with Diana Ross.
And Janet Jackson.
Oh, okay. Control.
You want to be the backup dancer with me?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right. So I'm super excited about this show today is because we have our first 3 guests in the studio, not at the same time, but on our show. What do you think about that, Dr. T?
I'm excited. A lot of information to be shared today with all the listeners, and I'm excited about every person that's here.
Well, we go from getting a mortgage, right, with Alan, help me get his name right, Dr. T.
Garbacik. Basic. Okay, so Garbacik. Oh, God, I just messed that up. Alan's going to kill him.
So basic.
Well, go ahead and say good morning. Go ahead and say good morning, Alan.
Go to do your debut, Alan.
We have Alan Garbacik from Stockton Mortgage here, and you want to think about it. What's the most major purchase you make in your life, right? Yeah. They always say it's a house first, and it is. Most people purchase the car first. That's why I'm here, right? But the house is the most important. So if you think about it, we want you to get your pen and paper ready because you're going to get a lot of nuggets and a lot of things you're going to be able to have for the rest of your life. If this information is not good for you, it's going to be good for somebody you know. So get some notes ready. And then who else do we have on our show today?
So I'm excited. We got Dave Smith that's coming on. Dave Smith is from State Farm, and he is an entrepreneur like out of this world. He has so many phenomenal things that he's doing. So you want to tune in, guys. Get your pen and paper. He has some awesome information that he's going to share today.
He's the agent. Let's get this right. He's the agent.
Yes.
So the great thing about Dave, let me just say this, he is a networker.
Yes, he is.
He could talk the socks off your foot, right? So he's going to be in the studio. And then our third guest, we said beauty for last. Everybody else, you be thinking about beauty, but we're going to save the beauty for last, right? Yeah. We have the beautiful Ambur Marie.
Yeah, I'm so excited that Ambur is in the building. Ambur has some wonderful things she's doing. If you all who are listening are familiar with McGraw Avenue, yeah, you want to tune in, right? And she also has a new movie. So tune in so you can hear all about it.
We got to say that she is from the Pontiac. Born and raised, yes. So we hope we have all our Pontiac listeners that's going to stay tuned. And we put her last because we want you to listen to the entire show.
Yeah, it's news you can use today.
News you can use. Get your pen and get your paper ready. Yeah. So good morning, Alan.
Good morning. Good morning. What an honor to be on this show with you guys. You guys are amazing what you guys do for this community. So
Alan, we know you have your blur you need to put out there. So go ahead and put your blur out there for us, right?
Yes. I got to get the legalities out there.
Yes.
So I'm with Stockton Mortgage. My NMLS number is 652-425, and Stockton's is 8259. And we're done. No more legalities. Let's talk some business.
Yes. So, Alan, you are the branch manager at Stockton Mortgage.
I am. Yes. Yeah. So Stockton Mortgage, we're a mortgage company. We're based out of Kentucky. And I manage a branch locally here in Michigan, just south of Pontiac over there in Bloomfield Hills. And we do everything residential. So we do investment properties. We do mortgages for business owners, for their personal residence or investment properties. Just your first time home buyers, we do really good work for them. So.
Well, let's get to the meat and the potatoes here. I'm excited. So if a person, the business I do, the customers, 67% of my customers have bruised credit. And the great thing I love about Stockton Mortgage, about yourself and Jay, say Jay's last name correctly.
Jay Plowecki.
Plowecki. So shout out to Jay. We love you, Jay. We're sorry you're out of town, but we'll see and hear you next month. But if a person wanted to get a mortgage, with a lot of customers that I deal with that, are looking to get their life together, right? Most of them come to me, they're looking to buy a car, but they're not able to buy that car right now, or some are able to get the car and then they want to get the house. Mm-hmm. What are some things that they need to put in order to get mortgage ready?
Well, first of all, if you're going through the mortgage process with us, don't go to Regina until you're done, okay?
So we're gonna put a blur out there on that one. That's true. If you are looking to get a mortgage, you don't want to buy a car first.
You don't want to buy a car. You don't want to buy anything big. You don't want to open up any new credit lines or anything like that through the mortgage process. That's very important. But I'm glad you said that, because I don't mean to cut you off, but no.
If you come to me and you say you're looking to get a mortgage, I do ask you to say, you know what, call me when you get your mortgage, because that's important, because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to have any inquiries, but go ahead.
Absolutely. So with Regina, she does some amazing work with people where they do have some bruised credit, and she helps them get into a car. We do really the same. Number one, our firm, we don't have any minimum credit score that we deal with. So you can have a really low credit score as long as you've got a good profile otherwise, and we can possibly get you approved. Now, it's not every client that can get approved with a lower credit score, but we definitely have that capability where other firms might not have those capabilities. So that's number one. And then number two, the first thing that we do when we deal with a client is we pull your credit. We look at your credit score. We look at what's on the credit report. And then from that, we can actually run some scenarios. If you pay this credit line down, what does that do to your credit score? So we really guide our clients once we do pull that credit in how they can work to get their credit score higher and get their credit profile back in line.
So, Alan, you're giving some tips on, the steps of getting a mortgage. But the economy that we're in now, there's a lot of people that's nervous, right?
Absolutely.
And they want to know, is it a good time to get a mortgage? So talk to the people that may be listening that know that they need to purchase a house, but they're kind of skeptical because of the economy.
Absolutely. We've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got a possible recession coming our way shortly here. We have inflation that's out of control that the government's trying to bring back in line, which therefore they're raising the interest rates significantly every time they meet. And that drives the mortgage interest rates up. So a year and a half ago, we were at 3%. Now we're in the 7% range. That's a big difference. 7%-ish, that's not a huge interest rate if you look over the past 30 to 40 years, but it is compared to 2 years ago.
So let me just say, when my parents bought their house, I was born in, I'm not even going to tell you what year I was born. But, my parents bought their home in the 60s, late 60s, right? Bought their first home. Their interest rate was 17, I think it was either 17 or 18%. So, we don't want to take anything back to 17 to 18%. But you guys, look, we still got to live. You get this house, you're able to go refinance. But I want to jump back a little bit talking about building a profile. Mm-hmm. Because someone comes in, you help them build a profile, right?
Yeah. So if they do have bruised credit, if there are some issues that we can't necessarily get them approved because of their credit right now, we help them figure out what they have to do to get that credit score up to a point that we can get them approved. So don't be afraid to go and look for a mortgage. Don't be afraid to give us a call and go through the process, because I might pull your credit today and say you need to do this, this, and this, and it might take you 6 months to get that done. At that 6 month period, hopefully you get it done, and then we can move forward.
But it also may take you 6 months to get your credit together too. You know what I mean? So the purpose of our segments and what we do is, and we got to come up with a good snappy name of our segment. But Dr. T, you got to help us out with that. Take it to the Lord, right?
Absolutely, yeah, right. That's what we do. But Regina, you're right. But I love the way that Alan is, saying that they do a little bit of consulting with the client.
Yes.
And even in your bio, I was reading that you're a friend to the client. So even if they're not purchasing a mortgage today, you're preparing them for future purchases. So that's good. And then you're not only doing that, but you're setting it up for them to keep coming back to you, whether it's family or friends, referrals. So I like that partnership that you're forming with customers.
Absolutely. When we say you now have a friend in the mortgage business, it's truly that. You can call me with anything. You can call me and ask me for a referral for somebody that does insurance, or hey, should I be buying a house right now? Should I be upgrading my house? Should I be working on this and that in my house? And I just want to be that contact for all my clients that they can reach out and have a friendly conversation with and get some good advice. So,
well, that's why the show is called Be in the Driver's Seat, because we want to put you in the driver's seat for whatever you want to do. If you're looking to buy a car, I want to put you in the driver's seat. If you're looking to get a mortgage, we want Jay Pilecki. Get Jay
Pilecki.
Jay Pilecki. We want you to be in the driver's seat with Jay and Alan. They're going to put you in the driver's seat. And Dr. T?
Yeah, and definitely if you need some therapy, Alan is going to tell you who to come and see, right?
You got it. Absolutely.
And if you're looking to get insurance, we got
our friend Dave Smith, right?
Yes.
Save Farm.
And then, I don't know about teaching you how to act, because Ambur is an actress. And we don't know about giving you some acting skills, so we'll leave that right there. Serial entrepreneur, actress, serial entrepreneur. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah. No, what correction is collaboration.
Exactly. So the great thing, what I love about today is, Alan, today is a great day, is because a lot of people are swaying away from buying a house. But why would you not sway somebody with buying a house? Why would you say today is the best day? If they got their money, they got everything right. We know interest rates is higher, right? But to me, I've been around the business for 24 years. And interest rates shouldn't scare you, because you know what? You got to pay rent to live somewhere. So you paying that $1,000 for rent, and you can get a mortgage for, just say if you want to get more house than what you're living in right now, right? And you're paying $1,300 for a mortgage, but you own the home. Why should they walk away and wait? Because interest rates are high. They should not, correct?
I 100% agree. What's the interest rate on a rent? It's 100% interest.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's wrong with
a
7% interest rate? Really, I always look at real estate as, people argue with me about this all the time, but I look at it as an investment. It's an investment in yourself.
Yes.
And it's a savings vehicle, because every time you make a mortgage payment, you're paying into your savings vehicle, your home, your equity that you have in your house. So if we give you a mortgage of $100,000 on a $150,000 purchase, every month that mortgage balance goes down. Even if that value of the house stays the same, you're building savings inside of that mortgage, inside of that house.
What is one thing that you can give our listeners because we're wrapping it up? What's one thing you can give our listeners? How can they can reach you? But what's one thing that you can give our listeners today?
Absolutely. Don't hesitate. If you're thinking about buying a house and you're thinking, I might have to do a little bit of work on my credit before I do, just give us a call. Let us pull your credit. Let us give you that guidance. Let us walk you through it and make sure that you're doing the right things.
Yes.
Because you might think paying that $1,000 credit card off is going to help your credit score. It may not. Let us take a look at it. We have the solutions. We have the ways to really guide you in the right way.
You know, I remember when I was in the mortgage business back in the day, they had the same tool. So I'm glad that you're offering that because I was waiting for you to talk about that tool. So I'm happy about that. I'm excited about our audience. How can they reach you?
Awesome. So my office number is 248-582-6680.
One more time, please.
248-582-6680. One
more time for the people in the back and the front.
One more time. 248-582-6680. And again, we're with Stockton Mortgage, and we're here to make sure that you're in a good spot with your mortgage.
Super excited because next month, Jay will be live in the studio. So Jay is with Stockton Mortgage and Alan.
Awesome.
All right. We'll be right back after we pay some bills. Joe Longhammer, the president of Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, just texted me and said, Regina, it's time to take a break because you need to pay some bills and play some audio, some commercials. Regina, the Queen of Car Loans here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, I can get you financed today. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others that simply cannot. This month, ladies, I'm hooking you up with hair and makeup from Glamorous Rebel Hair and Beauty in Sterling Heights for the first 10 people who buy a new or used car from me. You'll be riding in style with the Queen, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Just Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
My name is Marilyn Walker, and I am your advocate attorney. For over 25 years, I've helped your friends and neighbors by providing solid legal advice and strategy during difficult times. My clients will tell you that I am experienced, knowledgeable, caring, and reasonable. If divorce, custody, support, or visitation are critical issues facing you, stop worrying and call me, Marilyn Walker, the advocate attorney, at 248-332-2227. Allow a skillful lawyer to advocate for you. Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
You are listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am your host, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Come on, sing it on in, Dr. T. Sing it on in.
Hey, happy Saturday, everybody. It's Dr. T. Listen, Regina wants me to join her choir
Sing,
today.
please, sing.
No,
sing.
I'm not going to sing.
Dr. T.
Listen, I want the listeners to always like me.
Oh, that was a shade. That was shade.
That wasn't shade.
You're just mad because I just came off a tour with Donna Ross, John Jackson. I asked you to be a backup dancer. You said no, but okay. We're gonna move on to our segment.
I had to dance at church. I ain't had time.
Okay, so you okay? She keeps her dancing at church. Okay, so I'm super excited about our guest today is because. What do you need? You know, we had the Stockton Mortgage on. We talked about mortgages, you know, and this is the thing that you need to talk about insurance. You got to talk about that when you come to see the Queen or you're looking to get a mortgage with Stockton Mortgage with Jay, right? But today we have Dave Smith, agent at State Farm. He's located at 7217 Sasha Bar Road. Clarkston, Michigan, 48348. You can reach him at 248-625-2414. That's 248-625-2414.
Yes, I'm excited to be sitting next to Dave. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, everybody.
I gave him that introduction, his name, because y'all need to be calling him right now. Because you know that if you have your car insurance, your homeowner's insurance, or your rentals policy, you need to get that checked. You need to get Dave to run your numbers, right?
Yeah.
Because we need you to become part of the State Farm family. But yeah, Dave, give us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you, your background, because we want people to get to know you.
Yes, thank you, Regina. I've been with State Farm since 1988. I've been a State Farm insurance agent in Michigan since 1997. And we're licensed to sell auto, home, life, health, and business insurance. I've got a really strong staff with 20, 30 plus years of experience. and we're right in the community. Looking forward to doing whatever we can to help people build good relationships where they understand their insurance policies and what it can do for them.
Did you get that experience though? 20 and 30 years experience?
He has longevity. But what's also awesome is that he used the term relationship. And I hear that often on the radio because you, Regina, talk about relationships a lot. So you build relationships with local professionals, right? In the community. So talk to us a little bit about your longevity and how you've been able to sustain all of these years.
So how have you been able to sustain all these years, Dave?
That's a great question. So one really important piece of State Farm. State Farm just had their 100-year anniversary. And like I said, I've been with State Farm since 1988. So I've had an opportunity to see the industry change. You know, we've had some new law changes here in Michigan. And from my standpoint, I've been able to help people understand what those changes are. Some of those discounts are really, really helpful. And some of those discounts you want to really understand before you give up a coverage on your auto or your home. So we take pride in really helping people understand what they're buying. You know, the rate is important, but there's value included as well. So we think our personal relationship with the customer helps them understand the value of working with a professional.
I think what a lot of people do, they're always looking to what can I take off my policy? How can I lower my rate or the payment that I'm making? But being realistic, you need to think about if you're taking something out, what will you be missing?
Yes.
You know, because people don't think about until they have an accident or something happens. They really didn't understand the coverage. Me, I look to save, but I'm looking all about what I have in my coverage. And I'm looking about relationships. It's about building relationships. The great thing I love about you, Dave, is that, I can pick up the phone and I can call your office and I can have a conversation. If they're busy, they're going to get back to me within a timely manner, within 24 hours. But what I would suggest you do right now, you get your pen and paper ready, is that you write notes for some questions you have about your policy right now. Let me just say this too is, don't call Dave's office and ask all these questions, and then you go back to your agent and you don't utilize Dave at State Farm's services. Is because he's here to educate, but not put you in the driver's seat with somebody else. Did y'all like the way I said that? Put you in the driver's seat for somebody else, right?
Yeah, I like that, Regina. And so, Dave, talk to us about bundling. So I was looking at State Farm,
Great question.
all of the things that you offer. What is the advantage of bundling services?
That's a great question. So what's nice is that the state of Michigan allows us to give discounts if someone has multiple policies with us. So let's say you have your home and your auto, or your auto and life insurance. You can get a discount on your auto policy for having multiple policies with us. So it's best also if you ever have a claim that, let's say there's a fire in your home, you don't want to have two insurance companies handling that fire. Let's say your car happens to be in the garage, your car is burned up and your home's burned up. You want to be able to make one phone call to set up a claim. You don't want to make two phone calls. So we pride ourselves on being able to help people save money and make it one phone call if they have any questions.
I got a question. Why is it important? And this question is for everybody that's right now who's sitting down or standing up or laying down in bed, whatever you're doing right now on this Saturday morning from 8:30 to 9:30. But why is it important not to drive dirty? So driving dirty, for you guys don't know what that is, driving dirty is driving without insurance on your car. And you have that car registered in your name. Why is it important not to drive dirty?
That's a good question. So in the state of Michigan, we all have a responsibility to be financially responsible. So unless you have a whole lot of money in the bank, transfer that risk to the insurance company. So why is that important? If you have coverage, you know that you or the person in your car or the person you might accidentally hit is going to have coverage. And if it's discovered that you don't have insurance and you're in an accident, you now might be personally responsible for that claim. So being covered means that you're taking care of the people in your car, taking care of you, and if you hit someone else, you're taking care of their damage too.
Wow, that's good. You know, Dave, I asked you, and Regina's talking about riding dirty, and I asked you about bundling, but talk to me a little bit about the entire family being covered under one policy. If I had, like, for instance, when my daughter Sierra started driving at 16, I noticed that there was a hike in price. So talk to the listeners today about bundling the whole family on one policy and what that will look like.
So if you think about the way an auto policy works, everyone in your household is required to have coverage. Now, anyone can drive anyone in your household. Anyone can drive any car, but ultimately the insurance company needs to be collecting a premium for every risk. So mom might be a risk, dad might be a risk, daughters, sons, and then anyone you give permission to drive that car is a risk. So youthful drivers, rates are generally higher, not because of their age, but because of their lack of experience. And people can get discounts for good grades, get discounts for how far or how short you drive, discounts for being a part of certain associations. And so that's one of the reasons you want to have a good insurance agent so you can have those questions answered for you.
That's good. That's good.
Well, you know, the great thing I love about this segment is everybody needs insurance.
Yeah.
You know, there's insurance for a dog, right? If you have a pet, right?
Yes, we do offer pet insurance at State Farm. We do. Yes, we do.
Why is it important to insure your pet? Is that like a separate policy for your pet? Or is that automatically like on your rentals or your homeowners? Or is that a different policy?
No, actually, it's like health insurance for your pet. Mm-hmm. So it's something that you can get. We use a company called Trupanion. Mm-hmm. So if you call our office and you do have a family pet, we can get insurance on your pet.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. A lot of people, their pets are their family. They're their children. And now because you're able to register them as support animals, that's important. So when your companion, most people look at their animal as a companion. When your companion goes on, or your however you look towards your animal, when they do go on, you can cover the cost of, their remains.
Exactly.
That's good.
Exactly.
That's good.
Well, if someone, I know you're coming back again and we're going to finish up, but what would you tell a person if they're preparing to get that home and they need insurance? Should they start shopping their insurance also when they're looking to buy that home too? Is that something they should prepare for or put into their budget? Or
yeah. So let's say someone is setting a budget. And they know what kind of home they're going to buy. Let's say it'd be a $100,000 home, $150,000, $200,000 and above. You can give us a call. If you have an idea of an address, we can do a quote for you if you're looking at homes. And ultimately, you want to make sure you know what those numbers are, because you're going to have home insurance. You might have maintenance on that home. You might have some upkeep, some fix-up before you move in. So we can at least give you an idea what that's going to cost you.
Great answer. We'll be right back. We'll be right back to finish up with Dave Smith, with agent at State Farm. We'll be right back after we pay some bills. We're going to take this station identification break. Regina, the Queen of Caroline's here with Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, I can get you financed today. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others are simply cannot. This month, ladies, I'm hooking you up with hair and makeup from Glamorous Rebel Hair and Beauty in Sterling Heights for the first 10 people who buy a new or used car from me. You'll be riding in style with the Queen, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. Just Google Regina, the Queen of Car Loans.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
My name is Marilyn Walker, and I am your advocate attorney. For over 25 years, I've helped your friends and neighbors by providing solid legal advice and strategy during difficult times. My clients will tell you that I am experienced, knowledgeable, caring, and reasonable. If divorce, custody, support, or visitation are critical issues facing you, stop worrying and call me, Marilyn Walker, the advocate attorney, at 248-332-2227. Allow a skillful lawyer to advocate for you.
You're still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am still your host, Regina, the queen of car loans, and Dr. Teresa Moore.
Listen, I just can't get her to stop singing, y'all. So thank you. So on this Saturday morning, I hope y'all feeling as good as Regina is.
Every Saturday morning, Regina, aka Regina, the queen of car loans. If you're looking to get a car loan, you got good credit, bad credit, no credit. I'm your girl, Regina, the queen of car loans. You can go to my website 24 hours a day, Regina, the queen of carloans.com. Website's open to you to put the application if you're in bed. If you're in bed at dinner, in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, you can do it then. And you can also browse our inventory on Regina, the queen of carloans.com. But yes.
Listen, so I'm excited. We got Dave coming back, and Dave is going to tell you how to reach him at State Farm Insurance. How can they reach you, Dave?
You can reach us at 248-625-2414, or you can reach us at calldavesmith.com.
Wow.
We got to charge him a little extra putting his website in there, calldave.com. I like that, though. But listen, let me just say this. When you call the office, Dave has a team working for him, right? Mm-hmm. So when you call the office, you know what you need to do? You need to just talk to one of the agents. But you need to say, you need to mention, be in the driver's seat when you call. Hey, I heard be in the driver's seat because you know what? We might have a little something special for you eventually if we get enough calls, right? Mm-hmm. Something special for you if they get enough calls.
Yeah, that's good, Regina.
Yeah, you like that way I put that in there?
Right. So I'm excited, Regina. So, being in the driver's seat lets us, put you in control of what's going on, right?
Yes.
And so Dave is going to talk about life insurance. So I want everybody to buckle up and get in the driver's seat and hear Dave this morning.
Yes, life insurance is a really, really important component of anyone's financial plan. You have your home, your auto. Life insurance will allow you to make sure that your family can keep the standard of living that they have once you're gone. But also life insurance can make sure that you've got a way to put premiums away that might build cash value. So it's another way to kind of build a nest egg that you have access to now, not just when you're gone. Life insurance is extremely important, and you can get a discount on your auto policy with life insurance.
That's good. So, Regina, one of the things I've thought about life insurance is it's a love letter that you're leaving to your family members saying that I love you enough that I'm going to take care of me and not leave that burden on you.
But see, I think what people are doing, they're too busy thinking about this GoFundMe page, you know, and because that became available, to the entire world, people are not saying to their parents, where's my love letter? Where's everything you have in one booklet? Yeah. So that if something happened to you, that I can make sure I take care of you, Mom, or I take care of you, Dad, or Grandma, or your loved one.
Or children, your husband, your spouse, the things that we don't really think about. And so life insurance is more than just leaving money behind for other people. It's just saying, I'm going to take care of my remains. My remains. I'm not going to put that burden on anyone else. So, Dave, share with the listeners, because I know you hear this a lot, you see this a lot when people come into your office. Why is it important to educate early on life insurance?
What's beautiful about life insurance, there's a lot of different options. You can have term life insurance, whole life insurance, or universal life. There's also annuities as well, where you can put some money away and pull that out later. But the key is meeting with someone who is going to get to know your needs, understand, do you need 5 years of your income? Do you need 10 years? Do you want something that's going to build cash value? We need something that's inexpensive, that's going to take care of your immediate needs right away. So meeting with a professional like my office allows people to learn about the options and then make good decisions.
Do you believe it's never too late to start the life insurance?
Say that?
Do you believe it's never too late to start your life insurance?
It is never too late to start a life insurance policy. As long as you can come into my office, you can start a life insurance policy.
So what about somebody that's sick right now? Are they able to get life insurance, or are they limited?
No, actually, there are options. Let's say if someone says, hey, I have some conditions that might make me uninsurable, there are special policies, maybe not the amount that you want, but you can still get life insurance depending upon your medical situation, which is why, again, it's important to meet with somebody and talk about that.
That's great. That's great. So, Dave, we look forward to having you a part of our show every month. We got to create a name for you, too. Dr. T?
Yeah, so Dave, thank you so much for enlightening us today. So tell the listeners, how can they reach you at State Farm?
Couple of options. You can call our office, 248-625-2414, or to our website, calldavesmith.com, or email at dave@calldavesmith.com.
Yeah, so thank you so much, sir. And we'll be right back. We have to take care of some bills.
Regina, the Queen of Caroline's here with Joe Hammer Chevrolet. If you're looking to get into a new or used vehicle with affordable rates, I can get you financed today. My lenders are making unheard of deals where others simply cannot. This month, the first 10 people who buy a new or used car from me will get a $75 gift card to Times Square Men's Custom Suits on Livernois Avenue. Suits for all occasions. Ride in style with the Queen. Regina, the Queen of Caroline. Just Google Regina, the Queen of Caroline.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Looking to buy or sell your home? Whether you're relocating to Michigan from another state or another country, moving across town, upgrading, or downsizing, Brenda D. Davis from Century 21 Town and Country Real Estate is your locally known home purchase expert. Buying or selling your home is a complex process. Let Brenda simplify it every step of the way. Brenda D. Davis, the realtor that moves you. Call 248-909-9711 and get moving on your new home purchase or sale today. That's 248-909-9711. Call now.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. I'm your host, Regina, the Queen of Carlones.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Dr. T.
So I'm super excited about this, our last segment, because we have Pontiac's own native who's on the big screen now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's here talking about her new movie. And what's the name of the new movie?
One More Dream.
Good morning, Ambur Marie. Welcome to the studio. Welcome to Be in the Driver's Seat.
Ooh, this car ride is so good so far.
I love it.
Happy Saturday.
Yes.
Ambur, so let me just say this. Welcome. We've been trying to get you for a few months. I know you've been busy. So what's going on in your life?
Ooh, busy, booked, busy, and blessed, honestly. First of all, this is so amazing. Thank you for having me. I'm so proud. This studio is top tier. Y'all are that girl. Okay, let's start and say that. But I've been
we're that girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Definitely.
I can relate.
Yeah. Because I'm the real
I'm trying to relate. I'm trying to relate on that one.
But pretty much, like you said, we've been just promoting this movie that just dropped on Amazon Prime. I'm so excited. This is my first movie ever. So this is just an amazing opportunity. It's myself and some other great actors, Dave and Omar Gooding. This is a big deal.
So let me do what I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to introduce you. But Ambur Marie is from the hardest working cities in Detroit, in the world,
right.
Which is, everybody says Detroit. People don't say Pontiac, right? It's the birthplace of the legend.
Right.
Whoop, whoop. So while Ambur grew up in Michigan, she witnessed firsthand to do what? She witnessed the hard work, and she was destined to drive for nothing less than excellent. Probably said that wrong, but we're not going to go back on that one, right? She is an on-air radio personality, motivational speaker. What do you think about that, motivational speaker, Dr. T?
No, I appreciate that.
She's the GOAT, though, so.
Woo, woo. She call me go.
And she's an actress, and she's just a few many Miss Marie, Ambur Marie wears. Wow. Yeah. So I do like the connection you say that as far as your platform, social media following is Oprah Winfrey. Wait a minute. Let me look at this again. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Oprah Winfrey follows you?
The OWN Network, yes.
OWN Network.
So that's Oprah, yeah.
And then Entertainment Tonight?
Yes. Twitter is something else.
Okay, wait a minute. I have on here former president. Well, I don't even like to say the former president. President Barack Obama follows Ambur.
Yeah.
Wow.
Twitter is something else. Instagram is something else.
But how do you get to that platform to get people of that stature to follow you?
To be honest, God, I'm not even trying to be funny. I literally was running my mouth one day on Twitter, and I looked up and I said, oh my goodness, my mother has this saying, because she's in TV, and we used to just think, okay, she's just talking, but the camera's always on. You never know who's watching you. You really don't. And one day I just looked up and God was like, here you go. Wow. I just looked up. I said, oh my gosh, wow. These influential people are watching what I'm doing. So that's a sign to me, also to be mindful, but also the camera is always on, whether it's on social media or you walking down the street or working in your office. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah, absolutely right. You're teaching somebody something about you every day. And so I'm mindful of when I met you. I was at an event with Regina, and you happened to walk in, and I remember you saying that you didn't know why you were there. But after a conversation, you said, I was here for you. Yeah. I was sent here for you. So I'm thankful for that day. But from day one, when I met you, there's a magnet that you carry that draws people to you. Because
y'all talk so much. I was like, what are you guys talking about?
Listen, she has a magnet. And one of the things, most of the conversation really was about the Lord and how God, knowing the plans that he has for us, and us going along with those plans. Truly. So talk to the listeners today about walking in the plan that God has set out for you.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a great question. You sure open that over here. That was so good. But
Dr. Teresa Moore.
Come on, Dr. T. But yes, I'm learning the older that I get, even though I feel like I know what lane I should be in, I'm learning every day more and more about me, but why not follow the one who created me, right? Mm. So it's like, okay, I can't tell him, take me here, take me there, and he knows my final destination. So it's really big for me to make sure that I'm consulting with God. Like, what do you want me to do today? Like, if things don't go the way that I expect them, like, I might have a plan to do this and I might have to reroute and something else happens. I now understand, like, that's in like a whole assignment. I'm supposed to go here and meet this person and connect, and you're supposed to leave people better than the way you found them. So that's
well, you know what? Let me just give a shout out to my nephew, Kristen Anderson, who actually put you guys in the room we always at. Nicole Anderson, actually, everybody was invited to his graduation party.
That was the best graduation party I probably ever experienced.
The great graduation party, but it was networking too.
It was.
And that's where you guys met, and y'all hit it off at the table. Yeah. So that was amazing. But let me just turn this back to all about you, because it's all about you right now, Amber. It's you put everything in divine. Everything you do is like divine order. It's like your steps have already been ordered, and you just following the path with God. And that's what you just said. Yeah. Is that everybody doesn't think that way. But who do you give? I know you give everything to God, but let's talk about your upbringing. Your mom, I know your mom. I'm still trying to get your mom to return my phone calls. You know what I mean? I gotta go out of state. Right, look, I gotta go out of state and see them at homecoming in Tennessee to have a conversation with your mom. So let's talk about mom. How mom helped mold you into who you are right now.
Definitely. Both of my parents.
Oh, I'm sorry, both of your parents.
I thank them.
I never met Dad yet.
Oh my goodness! Listen, you will never forget him, Mom. Trust me. But I think I give them compliments so much because, again, the older that I get and the more I meet new people, I learn like everybody wasn't raised like that. Yeah. And even though they had me in their early 20s, like they were, out of college and still, newly married. I thank them for being so open, and like I literally had a village. I didn't realize it until I got older. I literally had my parents, both of their parents and their grandparents were still alive when I was born. So I literally remember sleeping in the same bed with my great grandmother and her saying to my grandmother, she can't sleep with me because she kicked too much. Right? But having that upbringing, but also being honest, my parents were very, very honest with me at an early age. My dad, shout out to Senior Chaplain Jonathan Grigsby, he would always make me go with him to business meetings, and he would make me go up and introduce myself to people. I'm like 6. And he would say, give them a firm grip, get their business card, and you need to tell me about that person.
Now wait a minute. So your dad is Jonathan Grisby. So you know what? I gotta see a picture of your dad.
Okay.
Because
Me?
you are him. Because you know what?
am.
I'm serious right now because I know that I didn't know your dad's first name.
Yeah.
I met your dad about 25 years ago.
Wow.
I can't remember where, but I could have been when I got in the car business, so maybe 23,
Possibly,
22. But the name, I know that his face is like right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it in my mind. And I did not know.
Yep.
Small world.
Yep. That is my dad. He had me playing basketball super early, so that made me and
Hold
work
on.
with others.
Back up.
Yes.
Basketball.
Yes, that's where I remember you from, to be very honest. Because basketball camps, we always saw all of like your logos were on the back of our shirts. You had these big billboards, and for me as a young Black girl, like, wow, like this lady's a boss. I mean, seeing that early. So truthfully, I give kudos to my village. Again, like that camera's always on. You never know who's watching you. I was in like elementary school.
Yes.
Remembering you coming to Pontiac Northern, talking, telling us, and we were like, oh, wow, like that's so cool. So again, it's more than just my parents. It's the people. Yes, I am from Detroit. I was born there, but Pontiac is also my home. Like, so I take from everywhere I go. I take from being at ASU when I did. I take from working at Paul Mitchell.
Alabama State University.
That part.
Right.
Come on, Jordan. Listen, in case y'all didn't know, okay. But I take from I take positive things and some negatives from everybody I come in contact with.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Amber, and how you're giving kudos to those, your village, right? So for the listeners that's out here today and they may have a desire to be on the big screen, can you give them a tip of, what should they be doing right now to prepare?
To be very honest, a lot of times people, I don't feel like they pay attention to their signs around them. I was one of those people, right? And the biggest thing was I just had to make sure that, one, get out of your own way and take the limits off. Like
that'll preach.
Like that's a whole situation there. But I heard Bishop Jake say that God doesn't make furniture; He makes trees.
Ooh.
So use what you have and perfect it.
That's right.
That's the best thing that I can tell you. And study the greats and become greater. Like look at the process. It doesn't have to be, I went to Juilliard or I went here. Start with working at different acting guilds or, just putting yourself out there and giving yourself permission to jump out first, but research, know your craft, so that's the best starting advice that I could tell them. But if you really study your craft and know it inside out, that when God opens up that opportunity, you can really go through.
How did you get started in the business?
Golly. First thing first, of course, my mom being in TV, she would always have me interviewing people and I couldn't stand it. But I didn't realize that she was actually dropping a seed in me. I wanted to act, I want to say when I was in high school, college, but I was so focused on basketball that I really didn't put that time in. And I feel like God never just puts an idea in us, right? And even when I went to OCC, it was like I saw this.
Wait a minute, what'd you do at OCC?
I'm sorry?
You went to school? I went to OCC too.
Period. Listen.
Wow.
Yeah, so I went there and then I saw that they had this class called Filming for Actors. And I was like, let me take this class and see what it's about. And it was like I got bit by this bug and I couldn't stop. And then when the class was over, because I didn't realize that it was my passion, because I would be so sad when we were done with class. I was never like that about any class, but I realized then, like, wow, okay, like this is something that I really do love. So I thought, okay, well, I got that experience. I'm done. Years later, the pandemic happens, 2020 happens. I'm at work, minding my own business, and somebody gave me a call and said, hey, there's this opportunity. We told them to check you out, and the rest is history. So that's kind of where I'm at now.
Relationships, phone calls, talking to people.
Yeah.
You know,
Somebody knew somebody.
and you know, people don't understand that you never know when that person can help you.
Yeah.
So you gotta always be ready.
Yeah.
Stay ready. But the great thing I love about our last segment we're gonna talk about your new film.
Yeah.
We're gonna horn in on that.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
At Pontiac Meals on Wheels, our community-based service provides fresh, nutritious meals delivered directly to the homes of seniors and individuals with disabilities throughout the city. Meals on Wheels is happy to have partners that support our mission and vision. Pontiac Meals on Wheels depends on the generosity of many individuals, companies, foundations, and organizations to help provide nutritious meals and support services to the 400-plus homebound individuals we serve each year. Your gifts truly make a difference in their lives and their ability to remain living independently in the comfort of their own homes.
You are still listening to Be in the Driver's Seat, and I'm still your host, Regina, the queen of Carlone. You guys know I got to come in singing because I'm getting my voice ready.
Listen, everybody, it's Dr. T. Happy Saturday. Let me just give a disclaimer. I'm not the backup singer.
You are the backup singer.
I'm not.
Ambur Marie, can you be my backup singer?
Listen, I got you on the background dancing.
Oh, sing.
They
Something.
kicked me out of the
dance.
children's choir a long time ago. So you definitely don't want me singing.
So I'm going to put you in the backup. Dr. C, you going to be the backup dancer with Ambur Marie? Amber?
Yeah, we too legit. Yeah,
I like that. Too legit to quit.
Hey.
Too legit to quit. Let's go. Too legit.
Listen, so,
Hey, I'm ready to bring it on back in. So, I know that you have this great film that you have out there that you just already completed. I watched the trailer this morning probably about 3 times. Then on the way, I watched it a couple more times and the reason I watched it so much was because you look like you were born ready for that. Born ready for film. Born ready.
I received that. Amen.
Well, you know what? When you it's like waking up. When you wake up and you're like, it's time to go. Mm-hmm. When you get into the world that you're in and you just automatically look like that's where you should be.
Yeah.
Baby, that's it.
But here's the thing. I didn't know, though, because this happened in the middle of COVID. I was still working full time. And when I got this call, it was like, God was like, you ready? Like, literally, are you ready? So it was more so just like, okay, are you ready? Because again, I put this dream that I had in the back of my mind, like, okay, that might happen one day, but then again, it's not. Like, my focus is here. And I really do feel like God does not forget our prayers and our dreams, even when we think, okay, I'm too old, or I didn't do this, I didn't do that. It literally happened while I was at my desk, and my boss was right behind me at her desk in my little cubicle, and I got the call like, hey, can you read this and send this to us tonight? I was at work, and it was like, okay, all right, let's jump in and see how this goes. And then to find out that I was going to be working with a legend, to be honest, Omar Gooding that's huge. I mean, I was watching Smart Guy when I was a kid.
I need to give it a little blur. Omar Gooding is the brother of Cuban Gooding. That is huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Baby Boy is huge.
Yes. That's it.
That's a classic.
Yes.
You know, and that's one of my favorite movies too, but I didn't know until I got there, you know. what was going to happen. So again, just being ready, staying ready, and literally just saying, okay, God, you do your thing, because I don't know what's about to happen.
I love that, because that's about being a serial entrepreneur. When you're a serial entrepreneur, you can stop, turn, you can start, pivot, turn back, pivot again. That goes back to playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
When you play basketball, what position did you play basketball?
I was a 3.
So she was a 3. So you able to pivot, do whatever you need, and you still doing that in life.
I was a 2 and a 3. So
okay. So for everybody, what's a 2 and a 3? Come on.
Shooting guard.
Well, thank you. Okay. So with shooting guard, you can pivot, you can shoot, or you can pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you were able to, when you got that call and your boss was standing right over you, you didn't know you was about to walk into greatness.
I had no idea.
Well, you were already great, but you're walking into greatness. But that's about being a serial entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Being able to pivot, being able to run, being able to be ready.
At the height of the pandemic, absolutely.
That's good. And that just lines up back to what we were talking about, God knowing the plans. So tell us a little bit about the movie, One More Dream.
What can you tell us? Because not too much.
Right.
Not too much.
I'm not going to tell.
We don't keep it professional.
No, it ain't about being professional. We just want you to skip it a little bit.
Yeah, we want them to go and see the movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch the movie.
So the main character, Dave, oh my goodness. Fun fact, so I'm in this movie playing a mother. I'm not a mom yet. So that was like, I'm going to be somebody's mama. Like, I had no kids. I had a bunch of guy kids that I drop off. But, but the thing was, this film actually hit home because it's really about the life of a high school student, a young man that's really trying to find himself. And he's fighting his own battles within his mind. Like, he's trying to be good enough at home. He's trying to be good enough for his friends. He's still trying to be accepted, but also dealing with, the status and the view of society, especially as a Black man in America. So I have the privilege of being his mom and sticking up for my baby in the film. But it's so many key points in the film that I strongly encourage everybody to go check it out. It is on Amazon Prime now, but you have the opportunity to actually kind of see, like, okay, I might be over 30, but I remember this is what I was going through, and there's nothing new under like the sun. So it's a great film, and I strongly encourage everybody to go check it out.
The great thing about the trailer, when I watched it, total of 5 times this morning, and the reason I had to keep watching it because it just reminded me of everybody's going to go through something growing up, and what the trailer put me into the position in my mind is like, if you have a child right now, that may be what your child is going through, or your nephew, or your cousin, or your sibling, or anybody that's going through the same thing.
And the film also highlights things that the parent is going through, because a lot of times kids, we see our parents and we look at perfection. It's like, well, you're supposed to know this. Everybody doesn't have it figured out. So it's pretty much everybody giving grace, because everybody is dealing with something, even the bully, right?
Yeah.
Even that person that cut you off while while you were driving. Everybody is dealing with something, but we all have to give each other grace in some way, if that makes any sense. So
no, that makes totally sense, because Dr. T gave me an order after we had to start over, and she gave me grace. It doesn't matter how old you are, but you gotta give me grace. I said something, was doing something, and she was like, we're gonna back that up. So that was grace.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was sitting next to somebody that could tell me,
but you were open to hear it, because so many people feel like they know everything, especially with, social media. Like, we all can YouTube whatever, but we all feel like we know everything. No, be open, be coachable, because that is like key. You can't win because you don't know what that other person sees behind you, and you think you going the right way. Yeah. So
I love that, though. A week or so ago we talked about that. You have to be able to link up with people and not feel intimidated by them or not feel like you have to compete with them. It's not a competition. Real mature people can be corrected. If you can't be corrected, then you have a serious problem. And most people who love and care for you, they don't want to see you do wrong. They want to see you win. They pushing, they behind you, and they want to see you win. And so I really appreciate you saying be coachable, because that's one of the main things, I'm sure, that in your business, you have to be able to be coachable. Every person is not going to be kind in the business.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so
absolutely. But we are also responsible for ourselves.
Yes.
You know, filming during COVID was like a whole nother level of professionalism, because you really had to not only think about your lines or whatever you were trying to accomplish, but you had to think about the other people and their safety around you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's really like, okay, this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know, so I even think that the pandemic made everybody were kind of forced to think about, okay, I have to wear this mask even though I might not feel like this, but I have to protect those that are around me. So.
You know, I love the fact that you said, I mean, you know, a lot of things for people out there, not a lot of things, but people have actually started some things during COVID. You know, COVID has changed a lot of people's lives.
Absolutely.
Because they thought about doing things that they didn't think about doing. And because of COVID, you're elevating up the ladder, you know, because it was not going to say it like because of COVID, but because of COVID, you look at things differently.
Absolutely.
You know, sometimes if a person would have got that call, I'm like, oh, no, I ain't ready for that. I'm not, you know, you always got to stay ready. She ready, stay ready, right? She ready, stay ready. But COVID has got people's mind changed. You got to be ready. It doesn't matter. You know, you never know when you're going to get that second chance or that third chance. You know, I'm speechless right now, dude. Like, T, take it over.
Well, you know, COVID opened up many opportunities.
Absolutely.
People who not necessarily wouldn't have gotten in the fields that they're in. You had a lot of entrepreneurs that started businesses, and people, exactly. And then people just decided that they didn't need to be doing all the stuff they were doing. You know, some of the stuff you were able to cut back, and you realize that, you know what, I can do this, and I can do it effectively. Yeah.
So Amber, what is two things that you can share with someone that wants to follow their dreams?
First thing first, give yourself permission again to go after it, because a lot of times we talk to ourselves crazy, right? And then we allow other people's thoughts to hold us back from something that we've always wanted to do. So my biggest thing is to myself also, believe it, but give yourself permission to go after it. Second thing, also mastering your craft, not being comfortable.
That's it.
I don't know if it's because I'm a part of like the Beehive and I love Beyonce, but like she always elevates every single time. Like she knows the names of lights that's on her stage. That's nuts. So if she doing it, then doesn't matter if you're in the car industry, the beauty industry, acting, whatever, own it, but also not being complacent. And also me jumping out on my dream to do this was huge, you know, because I really had to understand that I couldn't tell everybody what I was doing, because sometimes people will have their influence and it will talk me out of what God told me to do. So I had to walk on water mentally, and I couldn't look back or share it with everybody. I literally left, you know, and said, okay, you know what? It's go time. And so when I decided to, I'm like, okay, God, it's me and you. But really being honest with yourself, but mastering your craft and understanding it's not going to happen overnight, but when it does, you're ready.
Right. So again, I really appreciate that, Amber. And so thank you for sharing those tidbits. And just a reminder, it's go time. It's go time. Stop talking yourself out of your blessing. It's good.
Ooh, this segment was so powerful. All right, you were listening to Be in the Driver's Seat. We want to thank Amber again for being on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, we appreciate you, Amber.
Thank
All right.
you.
If anything, guys, we hope you enjoyed this show because this is one of our best ones. Have a great week, and see you same place next week, same time. Have a good week. Amber, how can everyone reach you on social media?
You can follow me at IM_AMBURMARIE. So at IM_Amber AMBUR Marie.
For the people that's in the middle of the room, what is it again?
At IM_AMBUR Marie.
Thanks for tuning in to Be in the Driver's Seat. I am your host, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and
It's Dr. T. You all have a blessed Saturday.
have a blessed Saturday and have a good week.